Very good afternoon, dear Dhwanians. Welcome to one more amazing and fantastic meeting of the new XCOM. Of course, here and there glitches are there, but it's okay. It's just a learning experience. Now, myself, Prasanna Kumar K, and I will be the SAA for today's meeting. For all the meetings, there are three ground rules that we have to follow. Even in this meeting, we will be following that. Number one, this meeting is being recorded and it is publicly available. Number two, when you are not speaking, please mute your mic and turn off your camera when you're moving away from the screen. In case if you're leaving the meeting in between, which we highly don't recommend for our participants, but if situation arises, please leave us a text message in the chat box. And don't talk about the topics like sex, caste, and religion, which may hurt the sentiments of others. So having said this, let's just kick off this meeting on this wonderful afternoon. So the theme is gratitude. Firstly, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the previous president, ex-president Toastmaster Venita, for persuading me, pushing, brainwashing, a lot of motivation, calling me during the working hours, and then she made me to take up for this SAA role. So because of her, I'm getting an opportunity every week to start this meeting, and of course, I'm improving on my language. And I would like to express gratitude to all my teachers. Without them, I'm sure I wouldn't be up here. So if I keep giving gratitude like this to each and everyone, I'm 100% sure my blessings will be huge when compared to all these sorrows or the regrets that we have. I think after this meeting, we can do this exercise. If we keep counting all the blessings, I'm 100% sure our blessings will exceed 1000. So many people are facing with colorblind, but thank God, nobody in our Dhwani, we don't have any colorblind. So like this, if we keep counting our blessings, I'm sure our blessings will be more when compared to the sorrows. So let's work on giving gratitude or showing gratitude to everyone. Having said this, to take this meeting further, I would like to call one person, Toastmaster Priya, who has been with Toastmasters for about 3 years, have taken up many roles of Vice President Education and SAA, many other roles. And by profession, she is HR and she likes to read and run. But Toastmaster Priya, I would suggest you not to run until 5 o'clock. Let's welcome Priya. Toastmaster Priya, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasanna. I want to wish all of you a wonderful welcome to this meeting in Dhwani. An unknown person had said, never let a computer know that you're in a hurry. We all saw what just happened when we were all in a hurry to log in. And technical glitches are something which have become a norm, especially right. And this surprisingly seems to keep coming back to me. I remember this incident which happened on Friday. We had a huge town hall, 700 people logged in, and it was my turn to speak. And that's when the Wi-Fi decides to play truant. And I'm just clueless when I'm suddenly thrown out of the meeting. So, and I'm revisiting that experience again on Saturday for the Dhwani meeting. But we all live and we learn and we continue with a lot of gratitude that we are still able to continue despite everything which comes our way to throw us off the tracks. Meeting number 364. I'm going to declare it open with those words. We have a lot of guests. I'm going to quickly call for guest introductions. We will start with the speakers. We have guest speakers. Speaker number 1, Nancy. A quick introduction, please.
Hi, Toastmaster Priya, and hi to all the people from Dhwani Toastmasters. This is Nancy Goyal. I'm from the Gab East Toastmasters Club. I'm also area director of Area 8 District 92. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Toastmaster Rajesh.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Rajesh and been Toastmaster for around 3+ years. Currently, I am part of Del Suti Toastmasters Club and also I am the area B1 director, District 92. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Manvit.
Hi everyone, this is Manvit from Transit Toastmasters Club 2. I've been a Toastmaster for more than a year now, hoping that I make good memories out of this time.
Thank you, Manvit. Kirtana, can we have a quick introduction?
Hello everyone, I'm from Transit Toastmasters 2 as well, and I've been in Toastmasters journey far from 1 year. Really looking forward to this meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Vijay, would you like to go next?
Yes. Hi everyone, this is Vijay. I've been a Toastmaster before. I was part of BTM Toastmasters. I had discontinued due to some reasons, due to office-related commitments. But I want to continue the Toastmaster journey again. So this is the third session I'm attending from Dhwani. I'm planning to actually become a member here and take up roles or even give speeches going forward.
Thank you. Thank you. Ajay, a very short and sweet introduction.
Ajay Raj Acharya from ICA Singapore Toastmaster Club, joining all over from Cote d'Ivoire.
Thank you. Vishwas Rao, would you like to just give us a quick introduction?
Sure. Hi, this is Vishwas here. Used to be a part of Infosys Toastmasters long ago. Want to restart my journey. So I live in Bangalore. Thank you.
Thank you. Ratish. Ratish, a quick introduction. Okay, we'll come back to you towards the end of the meeting. We seem to have guests galore at meeting number 364. I am sure all of you will have a wonderful time in this meeting. We will quickly move on. I declare the meeting open and we'll, so I can see Ratish coming on. Ratish, a quick introduction from your end.
Yeah, sorry, I had a problem with my mute button earlier.
No
so
problem.
my name is Ratish Karturi, and one of the things I wanted to do this year was to join Toastmaster. And I was looking forward to join a good group and happy that I'm part of the Dhwani group. And I would like to say that I find this group very interesting. I look forward for a long association. Now, this is the third meeting, so I wanted to check how I can be a member or be part of this group.
Thank you. I can see two more people, Subhash and Joshna. Would you like to give your introductions?
Hey Priya, good evening. This is Joshna. I've joined the AWS Toastmaster last year. I'm appearing as a guest role in this meeting.
Okay, thank you so much. Subhash?
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, my name is Subhash and I'm very new to this Toastmaster Club. Actually, the first meeting. I had a discussion with the lady. I forgot. I missed her name. Suddenly went out of my mind. Not Vinita. Yeah, Vinita.
Okay.
Yeah. So then she said, "Yes, I can join this meeting. Today, and then we can discuss on further on the joining formalities, things like that."
Sure, definitely.
Yeah,
Swati? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Subhash. Swati, your introduction?
Yeah, thank you. Hi all. I would like to say hi Dhwanians, and I loved it. When I heard that from Prasanna, I somehow get that positive vibes when I hear that Dhwani. I mean, too good. The name is very nice, and yeah, with me I'm Swati, and I'm IT professional, and I'm basically a Maharashtrian, born and brought up in Bangalore. That covers Karnataka, and married to a Keralite. And I'm here with so I mean everybody react like this because they find it like it's very interesting really, and I love to learn languages, so that way I've even learned Malayalam.
Thank you so much. That was one of the most difficult languages you picked up. but we're happy to
Yeah.
have you here. So
Thank
we'll
you.
quickly move on to the next section. I welcome all the guests. I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time. We will start with the contest essentials done by our president, the president of Dhwani Toastmasters, and she's eminently qualified to tell us what being a contestant entails, because she was the winner of the table topics and the international speech contest. She represented Dhwani. So Sanjana, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Let me just share my screen. Affirmative, you can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, contest essentials. Everybody who is old in Toastmasters knows that Jan to June is the month where the contest usually happens. There's a lot of galore laughter and fun around it. Even if you're participating, even if you're a spectator, if you're in the back end helping in organizing. Since we have a lot of new Toastmasters with us, I would like to give you a walkthrough of what contests are and what you can gain out of it. So here we are. Okay. Now, firstly, let me tell you what are the 3 different contests that we have for this year. The first one is International Speech Contest, which is your regular prepared speech, which all of you have been giving. But you have an eligibility criteria for as to what you to participate in this. That is, you must have completed level 2. If you've completed level 2, only then you're qualified to participate in International Speech Contest. If any of you haven't completed and you're even on the verge of completing level 2, please let Priya or me know. We'll accommodate spaces in other clubs and in our club so that you can finish off your level 2 and are qualified to participate in International Speech Contest. Here it's a prepared speech of 5 to 7 minutes. You can come up with any topic of your choice. It's a great learning experience. So this is the first contest that happens. The second contest is evaluation, which we have all been doing throughout the year. We've been watching people do evaluation. This is a 2 to 3 minutes contest. What essentially happens in this is every speaker, there is one speaker who gives a speech, and all of you are segregated into a breakout room if this happens online. But if it is offline, you're all given a sheet and you're allowed to jot down your points, and then you're sent out of a room and then you're supposed, each evaluator comes back online. Each evaluator comes back on the stage and gives his evaluation. The other contestants are still outside the room. You will be in a breakout room if it is online setting. I hope that is clear. And you're not allowed to listen to the other person's evaluation, since it is just one speaker who will be giving his or her speech, and everyone needs to be evaluating according to that one speaker. So you can't take points from the other person. So you'll be outside. One by one, you'll be asked to go inside. And that is how evaluation contests happen. Same with table topics. It's 1 to 2 minutes again. Here too, you'll all be given a single topic. Everybody is sent out of the room. All the contestants are sent out of the room, and you'll have a number that is given. And when the number is called, you'll come inside the room and you'll be speaking about the same topic. All the contestants will be given the same topic. None of you can listen to the other person speaking because you'll be out of the room. These are the rules for International Speech Contest, evaluation, and table topics. Both evaluation and table topics have no eligibility criteria. Anybody who is a good standing Toastmaster, meaning if you belong to any club, you can participate in the table topic and evaluation contest. So I urge all of you to join, participate in evaluation and table topic contest, no matter what. Next. So let me give you a roadmap of where this leads to. Okay, it's not just since all of you have been new and you've not really ventured out of the club, you will get to see a lot of things outside the club, and you'll understand that Toastmasters is not just every Saturday 3 to 5 come give a speech, take a role, and go back home. it's much bigger than that. That is a glimpse that you will get when you participate in this context. First is the club level. That is, we'll be organizing in our clubs. In the club level, everyone, anyone who gets the first prize in any of these contests will be moving to the next level, that is the area level. Before, it used to be the first two winners, the first winner and the runner-up will be going to the area level, but now they've scrapped that and made it only the winner. So anyone who's the winner in the club level speech contest, evaluation contest, or table topic contest will be moving to the area level. In our area, we have 3 or 4 clubs. One is Transcend, LKQI, and Dhwani. I think Transcend has 2 clubs. So Transcend 1, Transcend 2. So we will be competing with the winners of these clubs in area level. Here, the winner again moves to division level. Division, there are a lot of clubs. I can't name them yet. So I think when I went to the division level, we had around 8 to 9 participants. So area level, I think it's just 4 or 5 right now, and division level we'll have about 8 participants. There, the winner again moves to the district level. District level is nothing but the coronation. There'll be an entire gala event. Coronation is a very fun-filled, frolicking event, which even I haven't been. I haven't had the good fortune to participate. It's a 2 days fun. You'll get to see the Toastmasters area level, the district level directors, everybody in their funnest forms. You'll have all food, drinks, everything. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of pressure also, because you'll be contesting for district level at this point. Even if you're not a participant, you can actually join coronation and understand how much fun Toastmasters is. Maybe this year even I will join, and it's something to really witness. You'll have a great gathering, and you must be a part of this. So this is the flow chart of what happens to you provided you win in every one of the levels. Why must you participate? Of course, your exposure, you'll get to see people, you'll get to meet people outside the club. It's a lot of fun. You'll get to hear different perspectives. You'll understand where you're standing. And of course, you'll understand that Toastmasters is not just every Saturday, 3 to 5. And you'll understand that there are a lot of different people with different kinds of expectations and thriving in different manners in Toastmasters. All of these broader pictures of what Toastmasters is something that you will get once you move out of your club comfort zone. And I have had friends whom I've just met once or twice during these contests, and they've become lifelong friends for me. And even though all of us have failed, none of us won the first time that we participated, yet it was a lot of fun. We got to learn, we got to understand where we stood on the broader scale, and we were not just coming here and giving speeches. It was a great journey. It was a great journey of learning and evaluating yourself. It was amazing. So this is, in order for all of you to have this experience, you must participate. Does not matter if you win or lose. It is in the journey itself. Okay, so I want to quickly ask the Toastmasters out of here. I mean, unmute yourself and tell me who are these people. Who's the first picture?
He gave he participated in international.
Dhananjay Hettiarji.
Right. The first winners. Yeah. So this is Aaron Beverly, and that is Ramon.
Prize, I think, second one.
Right. See. So the point is, if you happen to go all the way, everybody will know your name. See, here you're sitting in India, these people are from some other country, and yet we have people from here who know who you are. So there's a lot of fame involved if you make it all the way to the international contest. International contest, what happens is, I just want to tell you, coronation, this ends with your evaluation and table topics. At coronation, that is the final place for your evaluation and table topics. But with your international speech contest, what happens is your video is sent to the international forum, and if it is selected, anybody from if you're selected, if you're the best among the region 13, we are called region 13, India.
you will be a part of semifinals and finals of the international speech contest. And there might be a possibility that you will become one among the likes of these people. Basically, everybody will, in the Toastmaster fraternity, will know your name. You'll become really popular. Even then, if this is not the ultimate goal, I mean, this is of course not the ultimate goal. What happens is that, I don't know if you were there when DJ had given his education session recently. It's not just about being the winner of the international speech contest. We don't know what chord we strike when we give a speech and what kind of a person relates to you, who relates to you. You make a difference in people's life by just going and pouring your heart out and giving a beautiful speech, which makes sense to a lot of people. And there have been people who have come and told, hey, I liked your speech that day. It made a lot of sense. Even if you didn't win that contest, it would have struck a chord with someone somewhere. And that is a satisfaction of a whole different kind that you should really be aiming for. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So one more thing that I have learned through this journey is what you think is a very beautiful message for you may not be something that the larger group of people believe in. So all these things, small learnings, you get to evaluate yourself as to when, and you'll start to see that world is so much more than what you believe in your little head. There are a lot of beautiful learnings on the way that you get when you are a part of a contest, and you learn how to not get intimidated by really young or really old people out there, and still be confident, go and do your thing, not get the jitters. There's a lot of learning. Does not matter if you win or lose. It's a great journey to be a part of. So with that, I would like to conclude and tell that please participate. And if you have any doubts, I'm okay to take it up right now. Any questions? I hope a lot of people will sign up for participation after this. No questions? Great. Okay, back to Sudarshan MA. Priya, over to.
Thank you, President Sanjana. I will take it up from here and welcome all of you. Well, everything has a beginning, and today I will skip the beginning and go somewhere in the middle, and I'll come back to the beginning. Okay, yeah, I may be sounding jumbled, but yes, don't be surprised. Okay, let me begin by introducing the first speaker. The first speaker is an engineer by education and a certified image coach by profession and a Toastmaster by passion. And that is Nancy Goel for all of you. And she is currently serving as the area director, area E2, district 92. And she has been the immediate past president and vice president membership of the Gabby's Toastmaster Club. I welcome Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Over to you. May I call upon her speech evaluator, Toastmaster Keerthana, to come up and read out the speech guidelines, please.
A very good afternoon, respected Toastmasters and my target speaker, Toastmaster Nancy. She's presenting her L3, P3 in leadership development, and the time limit of her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of her speech, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of this speech is for the member to inspire the audience. All the best, Nancy. Back to you, Timothy.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So inspiring the audience is your forte. Over to you, Nancy Goel. Inspire the audience. Go ahead, please.
You know, it's not that difficult to learn how to speak in English. Come on, Nancy, how would you know it's so difficult? You are a convent product. Who told you so? It's not rocket science, duh. I've heard you speaking so many times with your clients, customers. It's not everyone's cup of cake. Look at me and my Haryanvi accent. I can't even utter a single word properly. My dear fellow Toastmasters, this was a conversation between me and my colleague. By the raise of hands, how many among you are a product of ICSE, CBSE, or a convent school? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 6. Thank you. Thank you for answering this. Now, the rest of you, please have a keen look at all these people raising their hands. These are the ones considered to be most polished, refined, and grammatically correct when it comes to speaking the language English. Do you all agree? It was a rhetorical question. I didn't need to look at your faces to know the answer. Well, this is a general notion. This is sadly the way we judge people when it comes to speaking the language. Speaking the language fluently, flawlessly, and impeccably. But does that hold true? Let me just share one of my stories, my personal stories. When I was in college, most of you don't know me how I was in college. So let me tell you, when I was in college, I used to feel so dreadful about the language. I used to feel so dreadful while speaking these words that I am speaking today. Even if somebody is sitting right next to me in a bus and I need to ask that person, hey, excuse me, would you mind switching the seats with me? I'm not feeling comfortable. I used to say this sentence over and over and over in my head 1,000 times. I would sit uncomfortably, then telling this person to switch seats with me. I was so glossophobic that I would stutter, I would tremble, fidget, I would stammer during my class presentations. Yes, that was me. But I got a job with an MNC, a multinational corporation. And with MNCs, there's this one thing which is very common. They have global teams. To my surprise, I had a global team too. I was part of a team where we were 4 members. One was from Romania, 2 from Philippines, and my manager, she was from US. I had nobody to talk to in Hindi or my native language, nobody to tell my problems that, okay, this is what I'm feeling. I was left with no other choice than to learn the language that everyone else in my team understands. I was left with no other choice to express myself, my challenges, my tasks to them in the language they understand. It took me a couple of weeks to learn the skill. I learned the language and then I was getting normal with it, how to be okay with the language. I was good enough to at least communicate my challenges, my tasks to my teammates, my clients, my customers. Then suddenly, one day, one of my colleagues sitting next to me in my cubicle, he just started off with this conversation. The conversation you heard in the beginning of the speech. To this conversation, I responded. I responded to him very curtly, but very truly. You know what, Kamal? It's not about being a convent product. I am from a college which is in Punjabi University. I'm from a school where we used to read all subjects in Punjabi medium. Yes, I'm a born Punjabi and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay because it's just a psychological barrier we all are carrying. There are so many things when we listen to certain skills, we always develop these psychological barriers because I can't do this because I am so and so. I couldn't learn this because I am so and so. How many times does this happen? Even with language as well, if you treat it as a skill, no matter whichever language you want to learn apart from your native language, if you treat it as a skill, being it French, German, Deutsch, Zulu, Hindi, Punjabi, Haryanvi, any language it is, you can learn. All you need is a zeal to learn, a zeal to overcome your psychological barriers, a zeal to find the tools to learn that skill. Just treat it as a skill and you will be able to learn it. Now, if you ask me, am I convent product? No. But still, I'm standing in front of all of you, speaking the language I used to feel so dreadful about. Do I still stutter, stammer, fidget? Yes, I was anxious at the beginning of the speech. But have I come a long way? I have, and I know it. And I have still a long way to go. I will go that long way. Now let me ask you, are you ready to overcome your psychological barriers? Are you a convent product? And for that matter, does that even matter? Does that? Merci beaucoup. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Nancy Goyal, for your lovely speech. And you stuttering and stammering? No, I can't believe it at all. Not at all, not at all. The one message that I picked up from you is to be zealous about learning a language or learning any skill whatsoever. And that is my takeaway from you today. And you have done a wonderful job of inspiring the audience today. Yes, now I'll come back to the beginning. Sounds a bit jumbled up today. Yes. Okay, now how many of you feel grateful to have been blessed with a great wife? I'm sorry. It's a slip of the tongue. I meant life, to be blessed with a great life. Sorry, well, almost all of us, right? Definitely. And I am definitely blessed to be having a great wife too. Definitely. And that's why I enjoy my life also. Yes, all of us have so much to be grateful to in our lives. We have our life itself to be grateful about, and the great relationships that make our life worth living, and the food that we enjoy, the air, the water, and the glorious sunlight, the beautiful and the mysterious moon, and the dazzling stars. All these things make our life worth living, definitely. And unfortunately, we do not count them as our blessings at all. Seldom count them as our blessings. We always tend to crib in life. We always tend to look towards those which are not with us instead of thanking what is with us. Let me give you a sentence to be remembered. Gratitude enriches life. Ingratitude impoverishes life. Well, I have one particular thing to be eternally grateful for, and that is my great hairstyle. Okay, my dresses, I'm proud of it. You know the reason why I'm so grateful for my hairstyle? You will all be jealous if I tell you the truth now. Yes, let the truth be out. That is, God made very few perfect heads, and he chose mine as one perfect head, and the rest he covered with hair. All of you. Now, please don't be jealous about it. Okay. Now, how many of you have taken some form of help or the other in life? I'm sure all of us, right? Now, well, listen to this anecdote, interesting anecdote. Monk was passing by through a field on a dark night. It was a dark night when he was going through a field where there was a dried up well. He heard a faint cry coming from within the well for help. Suddenly the monk stood in his tracks and shouted, "Hello there, who's that? Who's that? How are you? What's the matter? Hope all is well with you." "Hello," hollered the man from within the well. "I'm a grammarian. I was going through this field and without my knowledge, I fell into this well, and right now nothing is well with me." "Okay, could you please help me out?" he shouts back. Now the good meaning ascetic shouts, hold on, friend. I'll get some ladder and some rope for you. Stay there." Now this man shouts back from inside the well, "Hey, gentlemen, one moment, please. Your grammar and diction both are faulty. B, you should be mindful about what you speak and how you speak. You better amend your speech, gentlemen. Now, the monk feels as though he has been slapped on his face. He pulled himself up and curtly shot back, well, if that is more important than the essentials, my dear gentlemen, you better stay wherever you are until I learn to speak properly. And he went his way. But fortunately, we are blessed with very helpful grammarians and evaluators who are committed to help us in all aspects of public speaking. And for giving us this wonderful structure of help, we ought to be grateful to the father of Toastmasters, that is Mr. Ralph C. Smedley. It was he who founded the Toastmasters movement way back in 1924 at the YMCA in Santa Ana, California. The purpose of this club was to help its members improve their communication, public speaking, and leadership skills. The organization that started sorry, I went into mute. The organization that started as a small club then, with a small clutch of members, today boasts of more than 350,000 members in more than 15,000 clubs spread across 142 countries. Now, for the benefit of our guests today, let me share that the Toastmasters is typically split into 3 sessions. First is a prepared speech session, where the speakers get time to prepare for a speech on their subject of their choice. And the second is a table topic session, where the table topics master picks up a speaker from the audience randomly and gives a topic on which the speaker has to speak for a minimum of 2 minutes. Trust me, this tests the wit of a speaker and brings out the best. Sometimes on a lighter side, sometimes the speakers show gratitude for having been picked up, and sometimes they show gratitude for having not been picked up. Okay, then that's about the table topics. And moving on, it's the third session is the evaluation session, where the speeches and the entire proceedings of the meeting will be evaluated by the general evaluator. And this reminds me to call upon the HR professional who is a doting mother of 2, is an avid reader, and an even more avid long distance runner. She makes or breaks the dreams of many job aspirants. And let me tell you in my own words that she is the God's delight. Why I say so? God is grammarian of the day, and the God will be waiting to note down the good usages, and this angel of God will be generous enough to shower good usages in torrents, which you will be seeing very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome today's general evaluator, Toastmaster Priya Devasiya. Over to you, Priya, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sudarshan. Effusive and really high praise. I'm not sure if I measure up, but thank you so much. I will be the general evaluator for this meeting. I have started evaluating the meeting from the time the meeting started. And I am solely along, not just solely, I'm along with my team, a very able and capable team, TAGL team, will be reviewing every aspect of this meeting, and you will get personalized feedback on how you speak, and they'll all come up and speak about their rules. Sorry, I will quickly jump into the introduction of the TAGL team. Timer, Toastmaster, Sandeep. No,
Timer, it's me, Madhumita.
Yeah, sorry. Toastmaster Madhumita, please step up to explain your role.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Hello, everyone. Hello, fellow Toastmaster and guest. I have the pleasure to be a timer today. My role as a timer is to keep time for prepared speeches evaluation and table topics to ensure that everyone speak within their allotted time. This also helps in ensuring the meeting runs on time. For example, for prepared speeches, the time allotted time is for 5 to 7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes, and I'll flash the green color at 5 minutes, and yellow at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. So accordingly, for evaluation, allotted time is for 2 to 3 minutes. For 2 minutes, I'll flash like once the speaker will time on for 2 minutes, I'll flash the green color. 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow, and 3 minutes for red. So for table topics, the timing would be for 1 to 2 minutes. Allotted time is for 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I'll flash the green color, and for 1 minute 30 seconds for yellow color, and I'll flash red color at 2 minutes. So, and if the speaker is speaking beyond the allotted time, then he or she will be disqualified. So over to you, Toastmaster Priya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Madhumita. I'll call upon the counter, Toastmaster Ashwini.
Good afternoon, Dhwanians and guests. I am your counter for today. I play a very important role because we just saw how the speech of Nancy has inspired all. I would like to say that she didn't have a single I in her complete speech. So that's what we plan to improve upon, the communication skills, and give a direct message, what we intend to give in our speeches. So I'll be noting down all your ahs, ums, and filler words and double crutch words. We intend to communicate everything clearly so that we can improve upon our communication skills. Thank you so much, and I'll be called upon when G calls me for the report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwini. We'll move on to the grammarian, Toastmaster Shruti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon to all the Dhwanians and guests. So, grammar. Grammar is the structural foundation of our ability to express ourselves. So, if you're good at your grammar, you sound more confident, clear, and shows that you're diligent. So that's the reason every Toastmasters session has a grammarian role. So as a grammarian, I will be noting down the good usage of the language and great examples of vocabulary. I will also be highlighting not so good usage of the language in terms of grammatical mistakes, incomplete sentences, mispronunciations. Now, let us all widen our learning horizon. So I will be introducing the word of the day and phrase of the day to you all. So the word of the day is beatific, which means express great happiness and calmness or having a blissful appearance. Example would be, the bride looked angelic and wore a beatific expression as she walked down the aisle. A mother gave a beatific smile to her newborn. Now the phrase of the day is kick up your heels, which means have a lively, enjoyable time or do things that you enjoy. So that's kick up your heels. Example would be, after final exams, we kicked up our heels and had a really good party time. So Dhwanians, after a long, hectic week, today let us all put on that beatific smile, kick up our heels and enjoy the meeting. I will come back at the end of the meeting to present the report when the Gentle Evaluator calls me. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster, Gentle Evaluator Priya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti. You had a beatific smile while explaining your role, and I'm sure we'll all, kick up our heels during the remaining part of the meeting. We'll move on to the listener, Toastmaster Kokila. Toastmaster Kokila.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dhwanians. Well, I'm the listener today. As all of us understand, the word listen is an anagram of the word silent. So when we are a little silent, we do happen to listen very carefully and intently to all the speakers today. and I will be doing that. I would be noting down some very salient things that the speakers have been putting forth before us. And at the end of the session, there would be a listeners session wherein you will be quizzed about the salient, what should I say, all and sundry about all our speakers. And we are going to kick up our heels then at that time. I'm very sure of that. And of course, lovely to see all of you with that beatific smile. And over to you, Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kokila. So me and my team, Taggle team, along with the evaluators, we are going to give you a masterclass in communication. Every aspect of what you say is going to be reviewed and feedback provided to all of you. We look forward to the evaluation segment when we come back with our reports. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Sudarshan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. For moving on to the second speech, the speaker is a passionate Toastmaster who has been with Del Sukti Toastmasters Club for more than 4 years now. He has taken up various roles such as Sergeant at Arms, VP Education, VP Membership, and he has served as Area Program Quality Director, Division Secretary, and Associate Division Director. He is the current Area B1 Director in District 92. He enjoys traveling and meeting people, and he is currently working as the Technical Accounts Manager at Dell. Toastmaster Rajesh has chosen the Presentation Masters pathway, and today he will be delivering his L2P2 speech. The title is Power of Belief. I call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Manvit, to read out the guidelines, please.
Good evening to one and all present here. I'm Toastmaster Manvit, here to evaluate Toastmaster Rajesh. So Toastmaster Rajesh, the purpose of your project is as simple as this: effective body language. So use your body language or use your body resourcefully, and all the best. And I have one doubt: is this your second pathway or the first pathway?
The first pathway.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have like 2 pathways, but doing parallel.
Okay. Toastmaster Rajesh has today his speech has been mentored by none other than Toastmaster Dr. Suryadeep. So going ahead, over to you, Toastmaster Rajesh, for your power of belief. Power of belief, Toastmaster Rajesh. Over to you. All the best.
The greatest motivator anywhere in the world always has been the power of belief. How many of you here, do you believe yourself? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Ever since he was 6 years old, he wanted to be an Olympian and he wanted to represent India in Olympics. He was in equestrian sports, the sport of horse riding. He won his first international win in Australia in 1995, beating the double Olympic gold medalist Matt Leon, who was an idol and he would look up to him as a role model. Now he is beating up and standing next to him when he was just a college student. Later, he won bronze medal in Asian Games in 1998. Olympic is the pinnacle of every sportsman's dream, and his dream too. He wanted to participate in Sydney Olympics in 2000. He was too far down in ranking to qualify in Olympic. He kept on trying, kept on trying. He moved up his ladder, the ranking ladder, but he was not qualified enough to become qualifying in Olympic Games. 6 months before, he was asked, you still keep on trying. If your ranking ladder up, you can qualify in Olympics. 3 months down the line, he moved up, still it was not qualified enough. His ranking is not qualified enough to qualify in Olympics. 1 month before the Olympic game, he's still not qualified, but participate in the Olympic game. All the horses came from the international countries to the quarantine in Australia. He was asked to take out his horse from the quarantine place because he's allowed only the Olympic qualified games horses. He made his own quarantine village, quarantine for his horse outside of quarantine village. And he believed that he can qualify in the Olympic game. Olympic has begun the opening ceremony. He watched the opening ceremony in television. Next day, the course was opened for the riders to walk. He went to this place with his coach and asked his coach, let's walk into the course. His coach asked, why? I'm going to ride and participate in the Olympic game. The coach is shocked. You are not qualified. Only qualified riders, they can go and walk into the course walk. He understands, the coach understands this person has dream of from the childhood. He's so passionate about this game. But this man, still he believes that he can qualify. The previous night, he stayed 3 hours away from this Olympic event, believing that I can participate in warm-up game tomorrow. How many of you here do you still believe this person can qualify? But he believed. At around 9 o'clock, he got a call from the Olympic committee team. Hey, that is an open spot because of the horse got injured. And we came to know that US horse is the only horse is in quarantine and you are going to get a ride. Yes, he believed and he got chance to participate in the Olympic game and represent in India. The man, Imtiaz Anis, who was the second man to represent India in equestrian sports. After him, it took 21 years for participating in the next person. He believed in himself. His belief made him to participate in Olympic game. He was disciplined, dedicated, resilience. More than that, he believed in himself. Few months back, when I was preparing for my industry standard certification, after office hours, and every day, early morning, I woke up and studied for my exam. One day, I booked for my exam and appeared. I got failed by 5 marks. I did not give up. I studied deeply. I understand the different concepts and went on mock test and made good amount of confidence. And again, I appeared the exam. This time, I failed by 1 mark. I couldn't believe it. After putting all this hard work, how can I fail this subject again? I have one option. I have to give up and I have to try again. I called my manager and said about my result. His manager said, my manager said, you can try for some other exam, some other certification. But I don't want to take it just like that. I started writing affirmation that I'm going to pass this exam in coming month. I'm going to appear again. Again, study deep and understand different concepts in different scenarios. Again, I booked the exam, attended the exam, completed my exam and click on submit. After clicking on submit, it was loading my result page. At that moment, without having stethoscope, drops of sweat falling next to my laptop, and the page was loaded with the result. Congratulations, Rajesh, you have passed the exam. I could have given up when I was failing 2 times. I believe in myself. I believe in me, believe in my willpower, believe in my knowledge. Because of that, I could crack the exam in my third attempt. There is a difference between the successful and unsuccessful person. They are confident and they believe in themselves. You can't lead just like that. Whatever you have, decide something. If you want to achieve, you have to believe in yourself. Do you believe? Thank you. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Rajesh. Definitely, by looking at your speech, by hearing your speech, you remind me of King Richard, who remodeled his plans and emerged victorious after he studied the tenacity of a spider. And you instilled the power of belief. You reignited the power of belief in all of us, definitely. Thank you so much once again. And moving on to the third speaker, Ajay is a chartered accountant and he's a passionate student of life. And he has sent me two of his most loved Bollywood numbers. I do not know how many of you enjoy yesteryear Bollywood numbers, 1970s, lilting melodies. Okay, these songs describe his attitude towards life. One is "Main Zindagi Ka Saath Nibhata Chala Gaya," sung by the legendary Mohammed Rafi. Forget my voice, it was horrible. And it was for the legendary hero Devanand in the movie Hum Dono. And the second song is "Main Pal Do Pal Ka Shayar Hoon." That is from the movie. Super, super, excellent. So that's from the movie Kabhi Kabhi. Star was Amitabh Bachchan. And well, these are the two songs that define his life. And today he's embarking on his shadi. No, he is not actually getting married today. He is he's delivering his project shadi. That's his going to be his speech title today. And I call upon his evaluator Toastmaster Sanjana to read out the speech guidelines, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudarshan. The speaker is attempting his level 3 of the PATH team collaboration, and the purpose of the speech is to be introduced to or review strategies for working in a collaborative group and share some aspect of experience practicing collaboration with a small team. All the best, Toastmaster Ajay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Over to you, Ajay, for your project Shadi. Project Shadi, Ajay, all the best.
This is my background. And this is the place where I'm sitting right now. I don't know how many of you can connect with this place, but I'm sure many of you would have seen this place. This is the place where every Monday or every Friday, most of us sitting with the team, discussing on what needs to be done, what we have done wrong, convincing, debating, and reaching to some point of conclusion. I am working since last 8 years and still I don't know how to go about a team meeting very well, even though we do it every week. Some 3 months back, I was in a same kind of environment with a different set of rooms. So I was sitting with my MD, CEO, CFO, VP, AVP, and some executives were also there. But we call them grandfather, uncle, aunts, cousins, etc. Because we were planning for my little sister's wedding and we were discussing. So as our organization, as well as in our family, we have hierarchy to follow. So there would be always a by default leader. So he will come at the end and decide what needs to be done. So the wedding was on 21st of November and I was there on 15th November. I just went 1 week before the wedding. So we were discussing. So everyone was raising their points, what needs to be done, what he will be doing, what others will be doing. And my grandfather, as always, he keep quiet. He don't do this order, and give a judgment. I have never seen him giving a judgment. So he's always listens to everybody. And then whenever it is required, and whenever there is too many things going on, then he comes and break his harem and say, okay, now this needs to be done. So we were discussing on what needs to be done. So one uncle was too talkative and was knowing each and every one of my relatives around 7 generations. So he was given a task of, okay, you will be head of guests, you will be giving the invitees, you will be attending them and going all over the places. You will be having a separate team for doing this with you, but you will be doing this because he was good at it. Another uncle who was too punctual about the time and too not fit for the Indian weddings. He was given a task that, okay, you will be doing all the spiritual things, all the pujas and scrolling, scolding, and complaining about ladies taking too much time in the weddings, what they are doing. So he was the best person for this role because there has to be one person following the timelines, following the deadlines, and bringing everyone on the same way. We had so many things on the plate. So from halwai, from mithai, from menu, from the puja, pandap, mandal, because the window of COVID was open that time. And there were around 2,000 plus people were coming that day on the D-Day. So that was a big day for us. We had so many arguments because they were not entertaining me. I am the person. In that room, there was a person who was aging 82 years and a person who was 16 years old also. And I was in the middle range, not having a seniority level, not having a juniority level as well. Yeah. And my uncle was saying me that you don't know anything. You have not been in this place since last 8 years, so you don't know anything, and then the world has changed. And there would be only Katli. I said, why Katli? Katli is outdated. I don't like Katli. I want Rajbhog. Do you know Rajbhog? Rajbhog is grandfather of Rasgulla, who is 10 times bigger than Rasgulla and having a golden color and some pistachio in it. I said, no. There would be only Katli. I said, there would be Katli, Rajbhog and Gulab Jamun. Then I need to give them example of BEP, cost analysis, that, okay, if you do Gulab Jamun, we can use the ras, we can use the ras in making jalebis, we can use the same used ghee in making dal ka halwa as well. So everything when you are making Gulab Jamun will be utilized. Whereas in Katli, it will not. So everyone needs a logic. And after a good debate, finally my grandfather said, no, he is saying correctly, there would be Gulab Jamun and Rajbhog. So I was happy. Finally, at least I'll not be having Katli, even though I cannot have that day, but I don't want to have the Katli again in the menu. All this went through very well, and basis the skills of each and every person, the role was decided. And here comes the D-date. As we expected, all went well. There was only 5% unhappy people, Fufajis, some Fufajis of my extended family, they were not happy. Some people who don't get Gulab Jamun at the end and it was cut in half, they were also not happy. But who cares? That was the margin we have already taken. So what I learned that from that one discussion and one wedding of 7 days, whatever I have not learned in my 8 years of professional career as well. So in a team, we need to have an implied leader. A leader will not be deciding anything, but a leader would be allowing everyone to speak. There would be an environment to be created where everyone can speak and put their words. There would be not a dictatorship. There would be a team spirit. Akela chana bahar nahi phod sakta. There is a saying in Hindi. So you need to have team to do such great things. There would be nowadays wedding planners available. So you can outsource also. But the fun, the real meaning is in life in a team. So when you are working in a team, when you are having a nice set of people around you, you're having a beautiful smile, and when you are running for a purpose where everyone is with you, you keep up your heels up and working to make it a success. We did the same, and I was such blessed having these people around me who are still believing in joint family culture, who are still respecting others, and even though they are not happy like me sometimes, they are still there. So in our organization also, we are pissed off sometimes, but we are still there. We are working with the same team. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ajay. That was a very, very entertaining and enjoyable speech. What I take away from your speech is whether it is shadi or collaboration, teamwork, or whatever it is, we need a lot of coordination that goes behind it. And that was really wonderful. And without two minds have to be totally engaged, otherwise the shadi will fall apart. And there will always be a section of people who will be unhappy about many things, which we should never bother about. So, and I'm really glad that you made it from all the way from Ivory Coast, Southwestern Africa. Thank you so much. That was good. And so moving ahead, wasn't that a sumptuous feast spread of speeches, delicacies from all the speakers? We need to be very grateful for having them, for making us kick up our heels today. And should we take a break now? No break? So no peg of tea at all now. Okay, then we will move ahead then. Okay, then.
Take a 5-minute break.
Oh, great. So kind of you. General Evaluator, thank you so much. So we will reassemble here at 16:26 is the time now. 31. 4:31 we will reassemble. Moving on to the table topics, the second session, table topics session. Today's table topic master is from Capgemini. He is a very, very playful personality. He loves rather ribbing people the pleasant way. And he is neither an extrovert nor an introvert, but he's certainly a the most laid back individual who loves sleeping throughout the day and do nothing but watch movies. And today he is going to rib us all with his pleasant voice cracks. Welcome, please welcome Sandeep Sarjar, the table topics master. Over to you.
Thank you, fellow Toastmaster Sudarshan. Thanks for that introduction. Who was the first table topic master? Any guesses? You know,
Ralph Smedley.
No,
yeah.
The person who.
So according to me, the first table topic master was Yaksha from Mahabharata. And the winner was Dharmaraya. Yaksha asked questions, Dhanadan, and Dharmaraya answered, he aced it like a pro. So when I go and see those answers, the questions and answers, I really feel Dharmaraya was the real winner. Of course, he had no competition. But today we have a competition in Dhwani. Let's see who's going to be the Dharmaraya in Dhwani today. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the table topic session. So be ready to kick up your heels. I'll be asking questions randomly. First, I'll be starting with the guests. So if anybody wants to volunteer, you can raise the hand. I can ask the question to him or her.
Sandeep, start with the members so that the guests get an idea how to go about it.
Okay, yeah, that's also correct. Because last time Naina asked me to consider guests, so I thought, anyway, let me pick up. So the first question goes to Kokila, Toastmaster Kokila. So the question is, what would you do if you knew you could not fail?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, TM Sandeep, for choosing me to be the first speaker. It's very rare that I stand first in something or the other, and this is one of those. Well, can you please repeat the topic once again,
Yeah.
if I did not fail?
Sure. What would you do if you knew you could not fail?
I think I would let myself go haywire, and then, of course, do a little bit when it is saying that I would not fail probably in terms of academics, which I was no great shakes at during my school days. So if I only knew that I was not going to fail, I would have taken it very easy, and I wouldn't have, worked so very hard given the situation and the environment that I grew up in. And I would have really kicked up my heels. Oh, I'm not going to fail. So that means I am going to pass. And I would have not thought of reaching the pinnacle, getting excellent grades, but I would have made my life so full of happiness and play and joy and things like that. So in comparison to others, only I would know that I was not going to fail. And that would be something very secretive with me. And I would not even reveal that to others. Probably through some angel from somewhere, I would have got that message saying that, oh yeah, do you know something? Well, you're not going to fail at all. So that means take it easy. So yes, just to please my parents and my teachers at school, I would study and score fairly well, maybe around 60s or 70s, but I wouldn't bother much. For a child like me who's always seen herself at the lower rungs of the ladder, this would have given me an opportunity to climb up the ladder little by little again with a lot of caution. Though I would have been very happy with the idea and the thought that I was not going to fail at all. And I would have beamed around with that beatific smile of mine. And I would have caught everybody's attention, and the curiosity would have been killing all the cats around me. Oh, what is wrong with this girl? And she seems to be smiling all over, and she seems to be happy all the time. Does she even know that she's wasting time? That would be the question that would be there in the people around me. Very, very suspicious, but inwardly I know I am not going to fail. And what a blessing. Somebody said we need to count our blessings. Here I am counting my blessings. Thank you so much, TM Sandeep. Over to you.
Very nice, Toastmaster Kokila. Absolutely. Knowing we will never fail, as Rajesh was talking about the power of belief. Yes, I think we should all believe that we are not going to fail. That belief will take us places. Definitely. Thank you so much. And I want to add 2 cents of mine. Most of our mistakes, whatever mistakes we commit, I think it is because of those fears. Fear of unknown, fear of failure. I think if we conquer those fears, I think we'll be most rounded and humble persons. Thank you so much, Kokila. Moving to the next question, I want to pick up Prasanna, Toastmaster Prasanna.
Yes.
Toastmaster Prasanna, the question is, what if you had a trash bag where you could dump all your problems, negativities, so on and so forth?
Okay, so can you repeat what if I have a trash bag?
Yeah, sorry.
Can
you want me to repeat it? what if you had a trash bag where you could dump all your problems, negativities, things like that, all the unwanted stuffs, basically.
Okay. So thank you, Sandeep, for this wonderful topic. So very good evening, dear Dhwanians. If I had a trash bag, I would definitely dump all my fears, negativities. Currently, I have many fears, fear of not speaking English well, fear of failure, fear of competing. So I would definitely throw all my fears in the trash bag, and not just this. I would have thrown so much, so much negativity in the society, issues, quarrels, problems between the religions, problem between the countries. Right? There is so much to throw in the trash bag. I would definitely throw in all this trash, and I would make sure that this trash is not available on the earth, to make it so peaceful and then beautiful, beatific. Not just this, I would have thrown like everything, every problem, all unwanted things, everything to make life beautiful, and everything to make peaceful for everyone. Thank you, Sandeep.
Thank you so much for those insights. Yes, absolutely. We all wish we had a trash bag like that. I heard a story some time ago. A father used to come back home after a pretty long office work, and he had a plant in front of his house, and he would shed all his negativities, all his anxieties to that plant, and then he would enter his house. I mean, we should all have such a setup, whether it is mental or physical. We should practice things like this father was doing. Unless we shed all of our negativities, it is very difficult for us to cope with all the negativities around us. Thank you so much, Prasanna. I'd like to go with Vivek next. Vivek?
Yes.
Toastmaster Vivek, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fantastic. So the question for you is, when was the last time you did something for the first time?
When was the last time I did something for the first time? Okay. So last time which I did something was trying to dance like Hrithik Roshan. I think it was the first time in my life where I tried to dance like him. By seeing his movies and his pictures. So I think it didn't turn out well because my dance moves were definitely not in sync with what he was dancing. There was a total disconnect between my dance style, which was more like a freestyle, and Hrithik's style, which is more like a professional dancer, well-trained and stuff like that. I got immediate feedback from my wife and from my daughter. They said, if you don't stop, we'll be, jumping out of the balconies. So this, unfortunately, this is something which I tried for the first time, and it did not work out, and hence I had to give up trying to build a career like Hrithik Roshan, become very famous in the movies, star like my ex-neighbors Aishwarya and Shamita. So unfortunately, I tried, but I was not successful in the first try itself. Trying to dance like Hrithik, but failing. But I'm still not giving up. I'm looking at some of the dance steps in the YouTube videos. One is try to beat Hrithik Roshan, and at the same time try to reduce my weight and become much more leaner and fitter. As you see, the COVID times has put on, all of us have put on weight. So this is one such exercise where I try to reduce my weight. And obviously the bigger goal is to beat Hrithik in his own game, that is become a better dancer than him. So this is something which I tried for the first time and I'm enjoying it. I'm failing repeatedly, but still getting up, to shake a leg to become a better dancer than the best dancer in the country, which is Hrithik Roshan. Thank you, Toastmaster Prasanna.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek. I'm already getting those visuals of you dancing like Hrithik Roshan. If you have a video footage, please share with us, and we definitely want to see it. Thank you so much. I'll tell you my story. I started waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning a month back. Not 5 a.m., sorry, 4 a.m. I felt as if I belonged to a different planet when I woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Everything was so quiet. So that was my experience. Anyway, thank you so much, Vivek. Moving to next Toastmaster. The next question goes to Vijay NJ. Vijay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear Sandeep.
Great. How would you behave if you were the best in the world at what you do?
Okay. So most of us, the thing that we want to, we keep trying hard to achieve excellence or to be good at something. But suddenly I am one person who is blessed with this thing that I'm actually good at everything. That is the question, right? How would I behave if I'm very good at something, right, Sandeep?
Correct. Yes.
So in fact, there will be no God actually if I am the person who is good at everything. Right from my childhood, I can take up examples and talk about them. So as a child, when I used to play with my friends, everybody used to say, no, this is not right, that is right. But since I used to be always right in everything, they would have no choice but to listen to me. So naturally, I would be the go-to person, or they would actually follow me. And I would actually enjoy that. And again, when I get into the college, same situation. Everybody in college would listen to me, and because I am always right. And then same thing would continue when I start working in office, and not just office, also even at home or with relatives or other people. People have to listen to me because I am always right, and they have to take my guidance only. That would give a great feeling to me. But at the same time, I would also get burdened or overloaded with too many queries. So I would have to plan out my life in such a way that I am able to handle the requests or queries from people and also give them guidance. Maybe I'll set up a consulting firm also, so that I can help people out. But I'll be very choosy. I will try to really help people who are actually in need and not waste my time with everybody. At least to make a real difference in their life. And I would join a company also, and because I'm always right, I'm pretty sure that company which I join will be always successful. So it would be a great life for me, and that is also something which I want, and I have been trying to achieve all through my life. Hopefully someday I will achieve this, and if I achieve this, I really want to see how that feeling will be at that point in time. Over to the table topics master.
Thank you so much for your thoughts, Vijay. Absolutely, we all strive and aspire to be the best in whatever we do. There is a saying in Hindi which goes like this: even if you cut grass, you should be the best at it.
Right.
So, thank you so much. The next question goes to Vishwas. Vishwas, can you hear me?
Yeah, very clear. Thanks.
Yeah, the question for you is, what if there was no difference of opinion or conflict with anyone that you deal on a daily basis?
Life, okay. Life would be very boring if there are no differences of opinion and if there is no conflict in life. Conflicts and differences of opinion is what makes life more interesting. And without a difference in point of view, life would be, everything would be black and white, right? So what makes colorful are the differences in point of view and the differences in opinion. There cannot be a situation, it would possibly be a ubiquitous world where we see everything being right, everything being wrong. So there are always, everything being white and black. There is always a gray, which is where most of the world lives today. So in my opinion, there, sorry, I think I'll stop here. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah. So what makes life more interesting is the gray part of it. How do you actually overcome the differences of opinion? How do you actually address each one of them? How do you address each of the conflicts that you see? And that is what makes life more interesting. I mean, are there? Does it make? Is it imperative that every conflict has to have an end, has to have a right and a wrong, a white and a black? No, that's not the case. Most of the times, what we see is there is always a gray area, which is where the solution for any conflict or any differences in opinion lies. Communication and diplomacy is what pushes every one of us towards that gray area, and all of us strive to be working within that gray area. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you so much, Vishwas. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Although it sounds very beautiful, an environment where there is no difference of opinion, where there is no conflict, it becomes a stagnant water. I completely agree with you. It is these difference of opinions and the conflicts that make us, that make us a thriving society. Thank you so much. Moving to the next Toastmaster, I will pick up Manvit.
Yes.
Manvit, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Manvit, the question is, why are you worth knowing?
Okay. Why am I worth knowing? Just because I do many things in a different way. For example, be it the T-Mod session I did in the morning for the joint Toastmasters installation, or be it any general evaluation here in Toastmasters aspect, or any evaluation for that matter, I'm always known to do something, things in a different way. Not follow the same traditional way, but give it my own sweet touch. So that is why I think I should be known. And one more reason being, I always like to see towards the positive things of life. For example, if I fail though I'm failing miserably in this table topic right now, I always see the positive side of this, saying, oh, this is my second table topic that I'm getting in my 1 year of the Toastmaster journey. So yes, this is one of the things why I feel that I should be known, because it is not only the negative side that you have to see, there is also a positive side for anything that you do. Be it when you fall down riding a bicycle, it is just a learning that next time you shouldn't go in that path, or it is a lesson for you that okay, next time you go through that part, make sure that you ride in a different way. So that is why I think I'm worthy of knowing.
Thank you so much, Manvit. Definitely every person is worth knowing because every person is unique and every person has a history. So every person is interesting. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Moving to the next Toastmaster. The next Toastmaster is Shalini. Shalini, can you hear me? Shalini, can you hear me?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. So the question for you is, what or who lights you up?
Sorry, I didn't.
Let me repeat.
Yes, thank you.
What or who lights you up?
What and who lights me up?
Yeah, lights you up.
Okay, okay. First of all, thank you, everyone. What's and who light me up? The most important person in my life is my mother, and she always inspires me to do things. Being her name Geeta, from the day I was born, she always tried to give the best of her. Even when she's guiding or telling me something about a topic, she makes sure that I gets the thing. Like, for instance, if I do things that are not appropriate as per the situations, she always tells me how to do it, when to do it. But at this at the same time, she also makes sure that I get the things. I don't know what I'm saying. She's the one who get the things done. I think I lost the topic. I'm sorry. I cannot do it.
I think we are getting what you're trying to express. Absolutely. There should be one person in our life who can light up our mood, who can light us up when we feel down. Absolutely. And it is your mother, and in most of the cases it will be our mother. Yes, thank you so much, Shalini. And that brings the end of the table topic session. Over to you, Priya. Sorry, over to you, Toastmaster Sudarshan.
Okay, thank you, Table Topics Master Sandeep Sarja. Ladies and gentlemen, didn't I tell you that he was a pleasant prankster? Well, with humor as his forte, he really chose to test our wits with speaker-friendly topics. I love the way you breezily coax the participants to handle your questions, your topics. Each topic was fantastic. Okay, then with this, let me also make my concluding statement that each day as I wake up, I send out a silent note of gratitude to my maker for making me stand up on my feet for the new day and for gifting me this glorious day and for gifting me this chutzpah to retain my beatific even in stressful times and making me kick up my heels even in stressful times. With this note, I hand over the stage back to the presiding officer. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudarshan. We will move on to the evaluation segment. I will call upon the first evaluator, Toastmaster Kirtana.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I hope my is my target speaker here, Toastmaster Nancy?
No, she's not there.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to say that inspiring a group of people is really a door's work. And I'm glad that she was very well able to pull it up easily, and she could grab everyone's attention and put that thought into everyone's mind. And firstly, coming to her purpose of the speech, her purpose of the speech was to deliver an inspiring speech, and she successfully completed that objective. And I would like to say she had an astonishing structure. She started up by a conversation by giving us a little idea about what she's going to talk about the next. And then she was able to grab all the audience attention by asking questions and telling her personal experience or her personal story, which is related to the speech. And then she clearly explained how psychological barriers stop you from doing things. And then coming to conclusion, I really love the conclusion part where she ended the speech asking up the question and allowing which made audience to keep thinking on that particular topic. That was an amazing ending, I think. And then overall, her structure was really amazing. Coming to the clarity, she was very well clear and comfortable from the starting. I didn't see her stutter, nervous, or long pause anywhere in the speech, and that is a very tough work to do. And I'm very happy that she stood up and she gave this speech, because that was one of the main thing in Toastmasters. And then, whoa, her diction was amazing. It was I can say simple as well as complicated, because even though her diction was little complicated, everyone could easily understand her and relate it to her. And one of the things I loved in her speech is that she shared her personal story. People will easily connect to a personal story than talking about something in general. So people over here could easily connect. And her topic, nowadays, English has become a barrier for many people who has not studied in convent. And they think that even though they possess every other quality, English is a barrier for them. And she clearly told us, taking that as a skill and avoiding our psychological barrier, no language is that tough enough for us to learn anything. And then yes, she had an amazing topic and her gestures. Even though it is a virtual platform, even though we have barriers, she had an amazing gestures and eye contact. The one thing I would like her to challenge herself was her vocal variety. The time when she did the dual conversation, or the times when she was talking something inspiring, she would have gone ups and downs here and there, because always and always your vocal variety embellish your speech in such a way that it will be even more impacted on the audience. So that is the one part where she needed to improve. Rest all, it was an amazing speech. It was an immaculate speech, I can say. And kudos to her on completing her L3, and all the very best for her future speeches. Back to G. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kirtana. That was a wonderful evaluation. And I really like the energy with which you gave the evaluation. You have rightly pointed out the pros of Nancy's speech, and you very correctly pointed out that one thing which would have elevated her speech, vocal variety. I have nothing more to add. Well done, Kirtana. We move on to the next speaker's speech, Toastmaster Manvit, to evaluate Toastmaster Rajesh's speech.
Good evening once again. I'm back with my evaluation on Toastmaster Rajesh. So Toastmaster Rajesh, your objective was to deliver a speech using effective body language, and I'm going to mainly evaluate you on your body language. So let's begin. First of all, you had a solid and a good start with a rhetorical question. So that's a very good way of starting a speech to grab audience attention. Good job on that. Your gestures were on point. Even though in the starting it was only below the belt, later you got a hang of it. Later you got a hang of it. You were using the above the belt gestures also, top hand, bottom hand, every gesture you was using. So good job on that. Second is the structure in which you delivered the speech. You spun the story in a very interesting way and did not deviate from the main topic. Even though your title was Believe in Yourself, you stuck to the title and you completed your speech. That's a very good quality and good job on that. Now moving on to the flaws or improvements in your speech, you had subtle body language. Yes, you stood and delivered the speech, but body language is not only about standing and gestures, but it is also about where you stand. I said you had subtle body language because when you became the coach in your story, you stood towards the right side of your screen. You stood there for only 2 or 3 seconds, then you came back to the normal position. So I would like to suggest that move around while you're speaking, not just stand in one position, move around while you're speaking, because for example, when you are in the coach, stand on the right side until you complete his point. Until the coach says you are not eligible to go for the Olympics, stay in the same position, because that enhances your speech and people will get a hang of, okay, he's going to the coach position. No, he's in the student position. No, he's in some other position. So people will instantly recognize your story. Second flaw is that net issues. You were lagging a lot and this hindered your speech effectiveness. So next time you give a speech, make sure that your net is proper and you don't lag. But saving the best for the last, you had great voice modulation. It was used effectively. For example, when you were narrating the story, you modulated the voice for the coach differently and for the student differently. So good job on that. My final suggestion is that please repeat this project, because in the future presentation mastery projects, body language is very important, and with this body language, you cannot complete your further projects. So make the correction right here only. To conclude, you had great gestures, pauses, voice modulation. Just make sure that you do 100% justice to the objective of the speech and not the other parts of the speech, and you are good to go. All the best for repeating the speech, and thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manvit, for that evaluation. I really like the fact that you have listened to the speech very intently, and you were able to point out what worked for you and what did not work for you. A small tip is not to use the word flaws, because we in Toastmasters believe that we are encouraging everybody on their journey to improve their public speaking skills. Hence, like you once used improvements, that's a better word than to say these are the flaws. And I really liked how you were able to substantiate for each point. You said the person was standing to the right. This is the manner in which it should have happened. So you have given him an idea of how he should go about taking the speech once again. It takes a lot of courage for an evaluator to evaluate and say that do the speech again. But you came with a lot of conviction about your own evaluation. So that was really, really good. And I'm hoping that Toastmaster Rajesh will have benefited immensely from your evaluation. You also pointed out very rightly how he eased into the speech, how the gestures were very, very timid towards the beginning of the speech and more heightened as the speech progressed. And I think that attention to detail is what separates a master evaluator from the rest of them. So you're well on the way to become one of them. Very well done. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvit. The third speaker's evaluation, Toastmaster Sanjana, to evaluate Toastmaster Ajay's speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. Good evening, Toastmaster Ajay. That was a beautiful speech. Your objective was to speak about your experience about team collaboration. And I hadn't really expected you to tie it with an Indian wedding setup and tie it again with our everyday lives about going to the office. I love how you opened your speech by turning the camera around. This is something very different that I haven't really seen anyone do. A brave attempt and a really unique way of opening your speech that caught all our attention immediately as to what is he showing. So that was something really great that I found. I loved how much humor was sprinkled all throughout. I could see all the audiences thoroughly enjoying and laughing, falling off their chairs, and so did I. Though the humor was very subtle, and but it was beautifully sprinkled all throughout your speech. I thoroughly enjoyed the humor. And in the beginning, when you spoke about, you showed your room and spoke about where you were doing, and you suddenly jumped to your marriage setup discussion. I wondered how the two are related, and I was going to add it to the comments of improvement as to they don't have a flow, but as I waited till the end and you had neatly tied it up as a beautiful package in the end and drew parallels between the two, that was extremely beautifully done. So your speech had everything. It had a humor, it had structure, it had a take-home message as to what we can do, even though we have a lot of different people with different opinions in a room. So that was great. You just didn't share your experience. You also had a take-home message for us. So I thoroughly enjoyed your speech on those fronts. What I think you can do to improve your speech is a little bit polishing on your language here and there. Maybe start watching a few English movies. I think that will help you with your diction. It's not, I mean, it can go to a great extent because you have great energy. You fill the audience, you fill the room when you come up on stage. So just to take it to the next level, watch a few English movies or read a few books and work on your diction and structuring of and phrasing. So that will definitely take your speech to the next level. And you had really wholesome hand gestures, but they were very repetitive. You just had one kind of hand gesture that you kept repeating. You can use your hands beautifully in a more different styles. And I kind of found there were a few unnecessary pauses here and there. So maybe work on that. Otherwise, all in all, a great speech, great structure, a lot of humor, and a wonderful takeaway message. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. As always, you are a very accomplished evaluator. You have rightly pointed out the strengths and what could have been done better by the speaker. Especially when it comes to language. To give a recommendation like this takes a lot of, like I told Toastmaster Manvit also, takes a lot of conviction to say that this is where you need to really scale up. And you have done that. But having said that, I think you could have provided him more inputs on where he could have taken this speech to. And you highlighted that the way he turned the camera was something which was very different, which was right. But did the audience get the context of what he was trying to say? The speech structuring towards the beginning and how it progressed. Perhaps you could have asked him to look at that. So these are the only two things where you could have focused on a little bit more. But other than that, the beatific smile with which you presented the speech evaluation, as always, wins the hearts of all Dhwanians, and your language impeccable as usual. Thank you. We will move on to the tag role players now. Timer. Toastmaster Madhumita, please present your report.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. So let me share my screen. Okay, so is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So here is the report. So everyone has qualified except Shalini. So she took 49 seconds, and rest of them they were on time. Okay, so nobody has crossed the spoke beyond the allotted time. So here it is. So prepared speaker Nancy Goyal, she took 6 minutes 30 seconds. Rajesh 7 minutes. Ajay, 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Kokila on table topics speaker, Kokila, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Prasanna, 1 minute. Vivek, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Vijay, 1 minute, 30 minutes. 30 seconds, sorry. Vishwas, 1 minute. Manvit, 1 minute. Shalini, 49 seconds. Manvit, for evaluation, Manvit, she took 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Sanjana, she took 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Kirtana, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. That's all.
Thank you,
Over
Toastmaster.
to you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Madhumita. You need not call out everybody's timings. You can just call out the disqualifications. That would be.
Okay, I'll take care of next time. Thank you.
Sure. We will move on to the R counter report, Toastmaster Ashwini.
Yeah, allow me to share my screen. Please let me know once it's visible.
So it is visible.
Okay, first of all, we had a very good beatific session, and being an R counter, it's my privilege, and I was profound to notify these names where none of the R's were used. That was Priya, Sudarshan MA, and Nancy Goyal. I couldn't find a single R in the whole session that I was meticulously listening to. Other than that, we had a couple of R's and ums from Sanjana, Madhumita, Vishwas, Shalini, and Sandeep. There were a couple of double crutch words where we found some speakers were fumbling or trying to catch up with the next words, and couple of abrupt pauses too. So I leave my screen open for 2 seconds so that you can go through that. And once it's done, I'll stop sharing my screen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwini. This is
Priya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwini. This is one of the toughest roles to do because you're literally hanging on to every word the speaker says, be it evaluation, speaker, or Toastmaster, table topic master, table topic speaker. So a very difficult role to play. Thank you, Ashwini, for a job well done. Grammarian, Toastmaster Shruti. Please come up with your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. So I'm back with the report. I think every time you all use the word of the day and phrase of the day, you guys really made me to kick up my heels. So having said that, running straight into the report, first of all, I start with how many members who all used word of the day. Priya, Kokila, Ajay, Prasanna, Sudarshan, Ashwini. Phrase of the day was used by Priya, Kokila, Ajay, Sudarshan, Sandeep, Ashwini. Thank you so much. You guys have really made my day. Now, talking about the good usage of the language, Priya used playtron, throw off the track, conviction. Sanjana used words like galore, thrive, pouring your heart out, strike a chord, some of the phrases. Nancy used rhetorical, curtly, zeal, dreadful, fidget. Sudarshan MA, mysterious moon, dazzling stars, wonderful comparison. Then he also used words like seldom, lilting, forte. Then Rajesh used words like pinnacle, resilience. Vishwas, this word really caught my eye, ubiquitous, which means present everywhere. And he also used words like imperative, diplomacy, gray area, strive. Kirtana, another word for us all to learn, immaculate, which means something which is perfect, clean and neat. And in the last, Ashwini used profound. Now, not so good usage of the language. The first sentence, I got failed by 5 marks, could have been made, I failed by 5 marks. Pronunciation, hierarchy. So it said hierarchy, then career. Another sentence, ladies being talking too much time. I think that could have been said this way. Ladies took too much time. So that's about it. I come to the end of the report. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shruti. Well done on the grammarian report. Toastmaster Kokila, it is time for you to test our listening skills.
Well, Dhwanians, here I go. I hope all of you have listened to the entire session as much as I did, with a lot of paying attention to each and every one present here. Well, Toastmaster Priya, how many questions can I ask? How much of time do I have? How many questions can I ask, please? Around 10?
Yes, 10 is okay.
Okay, fine. So we had our essays starting off saying that here and there are dash in life. And this was repeated by our Toastmaster Priya. Both of them utilized this word. And what was that? Here and there are bound to be dash in life.
Can I answer?
Who can give me the answer?
Glitches.
Glitches, there you are. Glitches. Okay. Who is the Maharashtrian who's married to a Keralite?
Nancy.
Swati. Nancy, if she hears, she'll behead, I think. Okay. And TM Sanjana spoke to us about a roadmap. Can you please give us the roadmap from the beginning to the end, the start to the destination in that order? What was it? The roadmap?
Club, area, district, and
Club, area, division,
yes,
and then district.
And
then
coronation.
Coronation.
Okay, fine. Then Nancy used a word which means fear of public speaking.
Glossophobia.
Yes, glossophobia is a word for fear of public speaking. Wonderful. And our TM Sudarshan used words which were opposites of each other in terms of either you kind of make your speech really sound good, or you can make it sound very poor. In that sense, he used two words which are directly opposite to each other.
One word is impoverished.
Yes.
One word was impoverished.
Okay.
Enrich. Enrich and empower.
Enrich. Okay. Enrich and impoverish. I hope I'm right. Was it
Yes.
Sudarshan who used it? Okay. In his speech, Toastmaster Rajesh mentioned something about every sportsman's dream of qualifying for the Olympics will be the dash in his life. Fill in the blank.
Pinnacle.
Pinnacle, yes. Is it Rajesh who answered it?
Vishwas.
Vishwas, okay. Right. Then Speaker Ajay, he repeated a word thrice. What was that?
Give us
And
more
he
clues.
compared it to something else.
Shadi, collaboration.
No. He repeated a word. To give you a clue, if a judge uses a gavel at the court.
Order.
Order.
Yes, order, right. And then he also spoke about some sweets at the wedding. And what do you think he did not want? And what is it that he wanted?
Katli he didn't want.
Katli and Rajbhog he wanted.
He wanted Raj.
He did not
Katli.
Rajbhog and Jamun.
Okay. What did he
Rajbhog and
He wanted gulab jamun.
Yeah,
Gulab
gulab
jamun.
jamun and the
Rajbhog.
combination of gulab jamun and Rajbhog he wanted. And he also said something about the 5% not being very happy, and they would be served what? And they should be happy about it.
Gulab jamun.
Half a gulab jamun. Yeah. And according to Speaker Sandeep, our table topic master, who was, according to him, who was the first table topic master?
Yaksha.
Yaksha. Yes, it was Yaksha. And Speaker Vishwas was telling us that we need to tackle a certain area in every situation.
Gray area.
Gray area.
Gray
You're
area.
right. Absolutely right.
Wonderful, Shashank.
Yeah,
When
excellent.
Vivek was executing his table topic speech, he spoke about his family threatening him if he did not stop dancing. And what was the threat?
Throw him out of the
They'll jump
balcony.
off the balcony. They will jump out.
They
They'll
will
jump
jump
out
off
of
the
the
balcony, yes. And, according to our table topic master, when he was, giving his feedback to one of the speakers, he said this: even if you cut dash, you have to be the best.
Cut
Grass.
grass.
Cut grass. Yes.
Yeah, and our evaluator Manvit, when he was giving his table topic speech, he said he would love to give something to whatever he does. What is that something?
Gratitude.
No, he was given the topic, why do you think you are worthy of whatever? So he said
100%.
no. He wants to give
A different
Color.
spin. Different.
what is that? Use the exact words that he used.
Positive view.
No,
Give life to whatever one does.
no. And
Pinnacle.
this is the first time I've also heard this expression. I learned it from Manvit. Thank you. He said
Different
he
twist.
loves to give a sweet touch.
Sweet touch. Okay.
Yeah, he loves to give a sweet touch to whatever he does. And then to bring the rear up of this listening rapid fire session, what did evaluator Kirtana want Speaker Nancy to improve upon?
Vocal variety.
Vocal variety.
Vocal variety, yes. Her vocal variety. Thank you so much for your intent listening. I hope all of you had fun, and I did really kick up my heels, yes. And from the pictures that I see, I can see that all of you are giving your most beatific smiles. Thank you so much. Over to TM Priya.
Thank you so much, listener, Toastmaster Kokilla. You did a fab job. You had everybody engaged totally and thinking hard and trying to remember. Well done. That brings us towards the evaluation of the meeting. We started about 15-20 minutes late. 3:19 is when the meeting actually started. And there were a lot of glitches, but Dhwanians, as always, rose to the occasion, and they tweaked their roles to make sure the guests' needs were taken care of, as well as we stay true to the tradition of Toastmaster and we follow the flow as determined by the Toastmaster International. We began with the contest essentials, which were taken by Toastmaster Sanjana. That was a very crisp view of what happens and what's in store for a contestant. It kind of gave us a view of what all is involved, and beyond the club level, what all can you expect. A lot of people get very confused about it. So that was the biggest thing that she enlightened us on. Apart from telling us what are the contests, what are the qualifications. So great session taken, Toastmaster Sanjana. And like I said, you were eminently qualified to do that session, having been the past winner of these contests. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sudarshan MA. What do I say? You bring so much of energy, so much of humor into a meeting, especially the self-deprecating humor towards the beginning, where you tried to make all of us feel jealous about your hairstyle. That was wonderfully done. Your language, your humor was spot on. The slip of tongue between life and wife, that was also done very well. It's always a treat to listen to you. So please do keep on taking roles. You always will be the resident god of Dhwani, but taking on roles like a TMOD and all, it gives us more space to listen to your creativity, your innovation, the way you play with words and bring out humor. And whenever you come up and speak, people already have a beatific smile on their faces, knowing what to expect. So well done. I will give you feedback, but it's like a generic feedback, but I think it serves everybody well. The TAGL team, we were running short of time, so you have to be a little bit conscious, and accordingly, I know you worked and prepared a script and you want to say all that you have prepared, but when you know that things are a little fluid, you need to be able to think on your feet and tweak your script to make sure that we don't violate the timelines of every meeting. Sandeep, as TTM, was this your first attempt? Sandeep Sarja? Was this your first attempt, Sandeep?
No. It was, I think, second or third.
Okay, fine. So I liked 2-3 things in your second or third outing of this role. The fact that all your topics were topics which people could speak on, that was done well. I was blown away by how you reacted when Toastmaster Shalini concluded her topic. The fact that those words of encouragement and kindness, I think that separates you from a normal table topic master. And for me, that was really a high point of what you did in your role today. We are here, all of us are here to improve, and the fact that you were able to pick up the key message from whatever she said, however short it was, and put it to the rest of the team. And you took away that pressure from her by talking on behalf of her. That was really wonderfully done. As a rule, you should give table topics to the members first, because sometimes the guests may not be people who are exposed to the table topic framework at all. So they will look for clues, and hence if a member goes first and tells them 2-3 members go, or 4-5 members go, they know how this topic has to be attempted. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. You can always have guests, but start with the members on the table topics. What I really liked was you picked up audiences, table topic speakers from the audience, and you did not say, I want people to volunteer. Members I'm talking about. A lot of us try to do that by giving it as a volunteering opportunity. But as a table topic master, you're well within your rights to call up anyone and ask and give them a topic, and they have to speak up. So all in all, you did a great job. You can be a little more crisper when you are trying to speak after a table topics speaker has spoken. When you're trying to conclude and go on to the next topic, make sure that transition is very, very seamless and smooth. That's all I had for this meeting. There is a generic feedback. I am giving it to all role takers, especially role takers who have maximum, mind space, so to say, in this meeting. The virtual medium has a lot of pros, but the biggest con of this meeting is that we tend to be very hung up on our scripts. We think it's okay not to be so conversant with our script, because we can always have a script on the screen. And that is the most crippling thing that someone who's trying to improve their public speaking skill can encounter. So if you remember in the offline format, even if it was a TMOD role or anything, we would be so prepared. We never needed our scripts with us. But now in the online medium, everybody has the script in front of the screen and we're looking at the script. Sorry, did I speak on mute for a very long time?
For a very short time.
Okay, so so that's one thing I noticed, that this is one way why how we are not helping ourselves progress. By depending on that script on the screen, we are doing ourselves a big disservice. So that's a generic feedback for all role takers. Try to challenge yourself by not having a script in front of you. And I'm sure we are all progressing. We're all doing great. Thank you. And okay, since I am the presiding officer, Toastmaster Prasanna, has the voting links gone out?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I had sent before your conclusion.
No problem. So you can, I would request all of you to put in your choice of winners, and then we can go on to announce the winners. Before that, I will call upon the guests for their experience of this meeting. Toastmaster Ajay.
Hi, Priya and everyone. I have joined this meeting for the first time and I would definitely want to be coming here very often, because such a nice evaluation and structured way. I have not joined too many meetings, but by seeing that or by attending this meeting, I can see how it works. We at our club are at a starting phase. We just started 1 year back and we do very informal things and very unstructured way. Now I'll go back to them and see, share this thing that, okay, we need to improve on our meetings also. We need to have people coming and teaching us how to do these meetings. So it was over and all a super experience. I could not even go for a minute or unmute myself and do something else. Thanks for having me here and sharing that link.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ajay, and we are flattered with the positive feedback. And yes, Dhwani has a lot of accomplished speakers. You can invite any of them for your club meetings. Toastmaster, who wants to go next? Manvit, Kirtana, anyone? Your experience of the meeting?
Yes, I would love to go first. Firstly, before coming to this club, I've heard a lot of times, many things about Dhwani Toastmasters clubs. So I made a point that one day I should be here, and I was very glad when my VP Toastmaster Misbah sent me that there's an evaluation spot in this club. I'm like, yes, finally I'm gonna go. That was my literal reaction, and my wait was worth it. It was an amazing session. Really had a very good time in this and would be glad taking up roles in the upcoming meetings if possible. And yeah, overall, it was an amazing meeting and I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kirtana. We loved having you in this meeting and your energy is so infectious. Thank you so much. Yes, Toastmaster Manvit, I see that you're also ready.
I just wanted to experience different types of meetings. Same college meetings, having the same set of college people or same set of mindset of college people, and moving to a corporate club or a community club like this, it opens up the mind. For example, the way Toastmaster Sudarshan explained about or made a fun about his hairstyle, I was like, oh, you can think about this in different way also. So this is how the generation, or this is how the generation, their generation, our generation, or any generation for that matter thinks, and the variety in this, I love this. And for me, evaluation, I love evaluations. As soon as I got the message from my VP that, okay, there is an evaluation spot, I was like, okay, I'll take it. I came here just to realize that, oh, I have two of my teachers present here. That is none other than Toastmaster Kokila ma'am and Prasanna sir. Like, oh, I have to give my evaluation in front of them. Like, okay, let's do it. And it has been a very good experience here. And thank you for calling me.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvit. We are happy that you had a good time along with your teachers. And by the way, Toastmaster Sudarshan is one of the youngest members of our club. So there is no generational difference here.
Oh, I want to say that I'm only 58.
So Toastmaster Rajesh, would you like to share your thoughts?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for giving me the speech slot. I think I've been Toastmaster a long time, but I was always procrastinating myself for giving the speeches. But this time my mentor did not allow me. You have to go and complete the speeches and let me. Hope you all can hear me. Okay. That is, I have some network problem. Today I had a great learning from the entire meeting. I think from the each and after rule takers, others evaluators. I really amazed about all three evaluators. Really, Toastmaster Kirtana and Toastmaster Vandit and Toastmaster Sanjana for giving the great evaluation today. I had a great learning. That's something I'm going to apply in my Toastmaster, in my club meetings. That's for the learning from this meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajesh. The results are ready. Would any other guest like to share their feedback? You can raise your hand and let me know.
Sorry to interrupt, and I forgot to mention one thing. Even I didn't knew that Kokila ma'am and Prasanna sir would be here, but as soon as I entered meeting, it was like complete shock. Oh my God, my teachers are here. I was so nervous, but then I guess that is the point which boosts my confidence so much to present it in front of our teachers in a whole lot of different clubs. So a special thanks to both of you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kirtana. Any other guest who wants to share his or her feedback? Swati, Ratish, Shubhash, anybody else before we...
I can add a bit.
Yes, Vijay.
Yeah, one difference that I see the way Dhwani operates compared to others, at least from the few sessions that I've attended here, is that there are always role takers who don't, at least from these three sessions, I could see that they're going backwards from those roles. And also the way, in case of glitches, the way things are handled is also very smooth. So there's the execution and the structure of the session is very nice. And also the evaluations and the feedbacks that are given are also very nice.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vijay, for those words. Now it's time for Toastmaster Prasanna to announce the results.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Now results are ready. I would like to announce, but before that, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the current president, Toastmaster Sanjana. Of course, she was completely down today. I expect she will not be in the meeting, but then she made it a point and then she came to the meeting. Thank you so much. Okay, I will share the results now. Okay, so Haha Invoker, as usual, Toastmaster Sudarshan MA backed it. And if you look at the runner-ups, oh my God, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runner-ups. So Toastmaster Sudarshan MA, he got 3 votes, and Sudarshan Ji, Kirtana, Toastmaster Rajai, Toastmaster Ashwini, Prasanna, Toastmaster Vijay, and Toastmaster Kokila. So we got 1 vote, so we are the runner-ups. Then best role player, general evaluator, Toastmaster Priya, and runner-ups, Toastmaster Sudarshan, and then Toastmaster Sandeep. Taggle role player. So the winner is listener, Toastmaster Kokila Amarnath, and grammarian, Toastmaster Shruti is the runner-up. Best table topic speaker, Kokila Amarnath, and runner-up is Toastmaster Vivek. Best evaluations, of course, Toastmaster Kirtana, and runner-up is Toastmaster Sanjana. And the best speech goes to Toastmaster Nancy. Congratulations all. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasanna, and kudos to all the winners. We are running out of time. So I hereby declare meeting number 364 closed, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you so much.